Hey, what's going on, everybody? Mike with Run Dad Run podcast to recap week 6 of the half marathon training plan. As you all know, I'm doing the Hal Higdon Novice 2 half marathon training plan, and I just wrapped up week 6, and we're going to look forward to week 7 real quick. I also have a package to open up today. Got new shoes to break in, and a little bit of bragging. I know it was an ugly win, but the Bears, baby. The Bears beat the Lions today. Now, don't tell my dad. He grew up in Detroit, so he's more of a baseball fan, so he probably won't be too sore about it. But we got the old Hester jersey on. But number 23, the guy who wears number 23. Currently, Kyle Fuller got a huge interception late in the fourth quarter that allowed the Bears to drive and get the go-ahead score. So very excited, very ugly win. Very ugly win. I had to watch it on the box score on ChicagoBears.com on their app. Because I don't want to pay a bajillion dollars to get DirecTV. So what bugs me about this is there's no simple way for me to just pay somebody for streaming access to the Chicago Bears games. I got to go through some other service. I got to tack it on to some other service like DirecTV. I can't just stream their season ticket package. What are they? NFL Sunday Ticket. I can't just stream that to my phone or my iPad. I have to have a DirecTV subscription as well. They're trying to get their hooks into you for that $70 a month. So it's very disappointing. I should be able to just pay the Chicago Bears $150 a year or whatever and get to watch all 16 of their games right on my phone or my iPad or my desktop, my laptop, whatever device. I should be able to just stream it live. It's 2020 NFL. Let's get it done. But anyway, this isn't an NFL NFL video. It's just a little bit of bragging rights for week 1. 1-0, baby. 15 more till the Super Bowl, right? Anyway, so it's going to be a quick video today. Don't have a lot to talk about. Week 6, we discussed it on the last video. It's really straightforward race, or straightforward week rather. Had the 60-minute cross train, had rest day. Last week I did end up skipping the 60-minute cross train as I discussed because of switching the long run from Saturday to Sunday. I still took Monday as a rest day and just picked up where the week goes from there. So that was a 3-mile run on Tuesday, then a 4-mile pace on Wednesday. And I felt good about the pace. It's 8 minutes per mile. I'm shooting, my goal is an hour and 45 minutes for the half marathon. So it felt a little bit fast, but it's also been very humid the last couple weeks and warm. And I haven't been able to run early in the day. I'm going, these runs have been after work, so 4:30, 5:30, 6 o'clock, somewhere in that range. So it's really been humid, warm, and it felt like the pace was a little quick to me, but you know, I was able to push through. Mentally, I was able to get through it, saying, you know, it's really not that bad. It's not that bad. Keep going. It's not that bad. And when I was done, I didn't feel trash. So just like I said last week about the 8-mile run, I didn't feel, although it felt a little quick to me, it didn't feel like I was thinking, oh my God, I could never carry this out for 13 miles. It felt like a nice solid pace. I was able to get through it for the 4 miles, you know, with just some mental gymnastics there, just push myself through the heat, through the uncomfortable feeling of the way it is. Hopefully on race day, it's, I don't know, 15 degrees cooler. That's 6 weeks away now. So we're halfway through the plan. That's not until October 24th. So I got all of these weeks for it to start cooling down. So hopefully on race day, it's not, you know, 87 degrees and 85% humidity. You know, hopefully it's in the 70s somewhere with 40, 50% humidity. So hopefully the feels like will be much better, and my lung capacity hopefully will help out and make it an easier run on race day. We can only hope. So that was Wednesday. Again, it really felt good. The end of the run, I felt good. 3-mile run on Thursday. And then this Friday, you hopefully saw my video. I put out the virtual challenge, the Never Forget virtual challenge for the Stephen Siller Tunnel to Towers Foundation. I put up a quick video of the 3.43 mile I ran on Friday, September 11th, instead of doing the 5K race that would have been scheduled on the 12th this year. We've discussed that in the past. So the Steven Siller Tunnel to Towers 5K that I usually do in Altamont Springs is technically their Orlando run, and that was canceled due to coronavirus, and they put out the virtual challenge. So you can still sign up. The registration is still open. Please look at the website. I'll link it again today. You can still sign up. There's 3 levels. The first level is free, where they send you a bib. I realized last week, it's not like a baby bib. For those of you who don't race, it's like a sheet smaller than this. It's like a placard. You ever see, the marathon runners, they have that little thing that's attached to their tank top or their race their race singlet. That's called a bib, and it has their race number on it. So the entrant number, it might be number 188 is attached to me. So when they see bib number 188 cross the line, they mark it down. They also have electronic devices, small little, RFID chips on the back of them as well. I've been in races where they manually do it, and most of the races I've done, they have that tracking device on the back. So when you cross the start-finish line to start the race, it checks off, all right, number 188 went, and the clock starts going. And when you cross it again on the finish line, it checks off that you crossed, and it stops your clock. So obviously those are more accurate than someone marking off. I did one of those. It was a fundraiser, so it's not really about the time, but it was a disaster. They had Cooper finishing the race, even though he cut the course to go to go use the bathroom, instead of Jacob finishing, and they had me finishing before Jacob, even though I let Jacob run in front of me and finish first. So it's a disaster. You want a race, if you can, that has the electronic timing. So anyway, the 3 levels. First, all 3 of them, you get a bib with your number on it for social media posts. The second level is $30. You get the bib and a t-shirt. And the third level is $50. You get a bib, t-shirt, and hat. So check it out. Registration is still open for the virtual challenge. I'll link it down below for you guys to check out. So week 6, done. Taken care of. Week 7 already started today. So week 6 was relatively easy. Nothing longer than a 4-mile run, and the 3.43 miles that I ran on the 11th, I didn't really do it to break any records. I didn't do it for time or anything like that. I just went out there and clicked off the miles. So took a few selfie videos to put in part of my tribute video that I put up, and that's about it. So I took Saturday as a race day, and then today I did about 45 minutes on the bicycle, and then did just some cross training stuff in the backyard. So on my bike ride today, I cut through a park by us, and there's a bridge from like the playground side to like the ball fields, and right on the front of the bridge it says slippery when wet. And I'm like, yeah, it rained earlier, it's kind of drying out now, and I'll just take it nice and slow. And sure enough, I go to turn where the bridge kind of jogs a little bit. I turn the front wheel of my bike, and nothing happens. My bike just goes straight like it's on ice. And of course you're leaning, so by the time your momentum catches up, the bike completely flew out from under me. My water bottle went flying everywhere, landed right on my elbow. And of course there's 3 little kids and their dad walking towards me like, "Oh, you're right." And the little kid's like, "Oh, it's really slippery out here. You gotta be careful." I'm like, "Yes, it is. Thank you." And he walking past me, he goes, "Man, I didn't know you could ride your bikes on this bridge." I was like, "Yeah, I probably shouldn't after what you just saw." So anyway, made a little bit of a fool of myself not listening to the sign, and it's just like mossy, slimy, moldy, I guess, and it just was like ice. My bike tires just no grip, just slipped right out from under me. So anyway, luckily just fell on my elbow, no scratches or anything, and a little bit of a bruised ego. So nothing big, nothing terrible. Thankfully, I've done that before. I did fall off my bike once. I guess it's 2012. Jacob was still a little guy. I was a stay-at-home dad, and I had to do everything kind of one-handed. I was in a brace. This was locked at like a 90-degree angle, basically. I was changing diapers, like holding and like changing diapers, and stay-at-home dad doing everything with one arm. So not fun. Glad it was just a simple little fall today. So anyway, looking forward to week 7. Another straightforward week like they've all been. Big runs mileage starting to add up now. The middle week mileage starts creeping up this week as well. So we have the 60-minute cross train, which I checked off the box on that today. Rest day tomorrow. 3 miles on Tuesday. 5-mile run on Wednesday. Next Wednesday will be a 5-mile pace. So again, looking forward to those pace runs. This week, just a run. So those runs are conversational. Middle of the week runs are conversational pace. 3-mile run on Thursday, rest day on Friday, and then the 9-mile run this Saturday. So mileage starting to creep up, starting to feel good about it, and we're getting into the real longer runs, and I'm looking forward to them. So that 8-mile run, like I said last week, was pretty good. I felt good afterwards. I felt a little dehydrated on Friday. So, I had the Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday runs. I got to make sure I'm taking in enough water during the week. And while I'm sitting at the computer, I have 2 coffees, and then I got to make sure that as soon as I'm done with my coffee, I got to start chugging water. Because when I go for the run after work and I'm sweating my guts out, next thing you know, you're putting the kids to bed. You sit down on the couch for maybe an hour to watch some TV, and next thing you know, you're climbing into bed and you're waking up with a dehydration headache. So, not good. Got to keep up with it. Friday took me just about all day. I just started feeling better, maybe about an hour before I went out for my run on Friday. So, next thing you know, you're finally rehydrated, your headache's gone, and you're out sweating your guts out again. So, just got to keep up with it. You got to keep up with it. But the big reveal today. This is what I'm so excited about. Not really an unboxing video, but I am excited to get this open. So I ordered these online. What I love doing is I have been fit before for sneakers. I go to local run shop. There's a few that I've been to. I shouldn't say a few. There's 2 that I've been to. One down in Lake Mary where we used to live called Front Running Sports, and one here in Port Orange that is now in Daytona, across the street from the Daytona International Speedway. And they are called the Running Elements. And I've been fitted for shoes where you get on the treadmill and you run, they check out your gait, if you pronate, if you supinate, if you're neutral, and they suggest, shoes for you, for your gait, and then, make sure they fit you right, make sure the toe box is big enough and all that. So what I like to do is maybe every year and a half, maybe 2 years, I go make sure I get fitted, because I don't know if I was really pronating. When I first went to Front Running Sports, they said I pronated, and then when a couple years later, when I went to the Running Elements, he said, you're really on the edge. He's like, I forget the degrees. Let's say it's 13 degrees. He's like, you're like a 13 and a half degree. He's like, you could, but it's so slight, you could probably get away with neutral shoes. So I switched to, at that time, I switched to Brooks Ghost, and I haven't had any injuries, knock on wood. I can't believe I just said that. Or issues really with the sneakers wearing on one edge or not. So I think he was right, that I'm neutral-ish, so I can get away with a neutral shoe. So that's what I do, is I go pay full retail price, get fitted, and then for the next couple pairs of shoes, I get them online. And, for me, for this pair of shoes, this is technically last year's model. I'm not going to show you my address, but this is from Amazon, and it's $130 pair of shoes. I got it for $110. So, the retail stores, they're not really going to be selling, for the most part, last year's model. I'm sure you can if you ask, or they have some, or you get them before, but they're always going to try and push this year's model when they can. So what I always do is try and find the last year or the year before. And this is the Brooks Ghost 12. So if you go online, you can actually get the Brooks Ghost 12, Brooks Ghost 13. So this is my shoe size, but the Brooks Ghost 12 is the model, and they're up to the 13 now. So you know, I like online, you get a bunch of different color options. In the stores they may only have one or two, maybe three, or they could order probably something for you, but online you can get a whole bunch of different options. So I asked Jacob and Cooper to help me pick out the color. So this is gold and blue. So let's see what these bad boys look like. I've only seen them online, I haven't opened them yet. Ooh, all right, there we go. Oh, that new shoe smell before I've put in a bunch of miles on them. Yeah, they won't smell like that for too long. But yeah, these are awesome. So really nice gold and blue. And I'm not sponsored, or I didn't get these for free. I bought these, so don't think that this. Hopefully someday, I don't know. I'm not gonna lie to you. I'd love to make money, reviewing shoes and things like that and gear and. But that's not the case. So I want to be clear about that. I'm not. This is not a promotion or anything like that. This is a shoe that I've tried. I've been fitted in and works really well for me. I like the way they feel. So these are the new Brooks Ghost. The new last year's Brooks Ghost 12, gold and dark blue. Beautiful cushion on them. They're really for a bigger guy like me. What I found out is, like, I was going through shoes quite a bit, and it seemed like I would start getting like sore knees and stuff like that I'm guessing from the pounding. And I would my Garmin app tracks the mileage of your gear, so when you go and you can switch gear. I'm going to put these in as Brooks Ghost 12 pair number 3 or whatever it is, whatever number I'm on for Brooks Ghost. And it'll track how many miles you've run on that pair of shoes. So every time I started getting like soreness in my knee or in my hip a little bit, I'd look at my shoes and it'd be like 205 miles, 210 miles for like 3 pairs in a row. And this last pair, I didn't have that happen to me. I just one day was like, man, I wonder how many miles I've put on these shoes. Like it feels like a while since I bought a pair of shoes, and I looked and it was like 333 miles. So I was like, oh, that's awesome. I got an extra 130 miles out of these shoes that normally I start feeling aches and pains, and I switch out my shoes and the aches and pains go away. So, that's either telling me that I'm in better shape, or my muscles are built up. I've gotten used to neutral shoes or something. I don't know, but I'll take it. An extra 130 miles on a pair of shoes. For me, that's a couple months. Like we talked, for some people that might be 2 weeks. For me, that's a couple months. That's significant. So Brooks Ghost 12, if you haven't tried them, I was thinking of switching to Mizuno neutral shoe, because I was using the Mizuno, man, I forget what they're called, Wave Rider or something like that. I was using those for my support shoes, the Mizuno brand. I love Mizuno. They were great to me as well. So I was thinking of switching to the Mizuno neutral, but I don't want to switch too many things while I'm training. I'm in the middle of my training plan, so I'm not going to jump ship and try a different shoe and find out I hate them or something. So I'm sticking with the Brooks Ghost 12, and maybe next time after this plan is up, next pair of shoes, maybe I'll go get fitted for some Mizunos and see what they have. But I think these colors are nice. I've had some really bright sneakers before, some really bright, like yellow and bright blue running shoes, and these are like just muted enough for me. They're all right. The time I did it was I caught myself wearing my running shoes all over the place, and you spend $120, $130 on running shoes, and you're burning mileage on them by going to the store or wearing them all day. So I bought a bright pair of colors that I wouldn't be caught dead walking around Target in, so that I would just wear them for running. So that's kind of what I did to force myself into the habit of using my running shoes just for running. It's just like hiking boots or climbing shoes or a backpack for hiking. It's a task specific tool until you've put the mileage in. once you've put the mileage in, then you can wear them for whatever. So, you know, I have 3-4 pairs ago that I use to walk around, you know, go to Disney, or yeah, like we can ever do that again, hopefully, you know, go to Target or whatever. But these just for running. The 300, hopefully 350 next miles are going to be healthy, fun, and fast miles in these Brooks Ghost 12. So I appreciate it. New running shoe day. I love it. Week 7 was nice and easy, straightforward, and week 7 looking forward to it too. So really appreciate you guys checking out these videos and supporting what I do, and supporting hopefully the Stephen Siller Tunnel to Tower Foundation. The link will be below. Sign up, register please for the virtual Never Forget Challenge. It's worth it, and it goes to a great cause. Really, please go to their website, check out the things they do. First responders, our veterans, our you know, first responders, widows, the families, Gold Star families, please check them out. So anyway, next video we'll catch up, and maybe I'll do that sweat test. I'm gonna hopefully get that ordered, and I'll put together some clips to talk about that. So love you guys, appreciate it. And after next week, we'll be wrapping up week 7 already. So we'll get there when we get there. Go Bears. See ya.